DJ Payne 1. bro. I was watching these videos from back in the day, man.
Oh, man. You gonna get on my feels, brother.
I'm just saying, nigga nostalgic right now, man. This shit crazy, bro. I used to get it in back in the day, bro.
You was getting it in, bro?
I was getting it in back in the day, bro.
What, get it in?
Bro, I had hoes, I was out there riding on circuits, man.
What ride, my G? What ride?
And I was riding like a motherfucker.
I was riding like a Mac with the slap in the back. I was riding in the trap with the strap on my ass. I was riding with your hoe, throwing drop in the out. I was riding with my folks getting dope. Niggas know I was riding on them suckers. I was riding on them buses. I was riding with a bus, starving hungry motherfuckers. I was riding like a motherfucker. I was riding like a motherfucker. I was riding, you was lying, you was a perpetrator. I was out there looking for you like the Terminator. I was high, geeked up, had them dizzles in my system. Had the bitch believing in me, man, like I was her religion. Yeah, money and house, I had them ball. What do you know? I'm still at it, dog. Like the blunt, burn rubber, fitness cut loose. Playing with your bitch here while she duck, goose. Got my nigga Schmidt rock, Molly the new Rick rock. Got the game on zip lock. If you hating, bitch, stop. We was hiding, we was riding on them busters. We was hungry, we was eating. What's for supper? That's for supper. We was salivating when we cooked the beef. Kitty cat get activated, man. When she look at me, I was riding like a passenger, macking ass vernacular. I think that's what attracted her. The profit is spectacular.
I was riding like a Mac with the slap in the back. I was riding in the trap with the strap on my lap. I was riding with your hoe, she blowing dro in the O. I was riding with my folks getting dope. Niggas know I was riding with my niggas. I was riding with my bitches. Windows tinted, lane switching, getting riches, representing. I was riding, pause. I was riding like a motherfucker. I was riding, pause. I was riding like a motherfucker. I'm riding around with my Brody. We number 8, 24, 34. That's Shaq and Kobe. Fairfield, California stunts. Cash money style, I rock ice. Not talking New England when I say me and solid. Going Yankee at the stoplight. You mean New York? Put a cork in it and do your homework. I guess I'm a teacher, reeling and dealing these lessons. Yes, my rock is a blessing. Getting hit with a death stare from folks at the sidewalk. On my dear silent type, I ain't stressing. I kill them with kindness, that's my murder talk. Smash in on the freeway, don't care what's on the odometer. Tatted up, thick baddie right over there. Oh yes, I'm under her. Speakers on blast like a shotgun was built in. I'm an architect, constructing my L's to W's, built for wins. I'm a winner, baby. Victories is all I eat when it comes to dinner, baby. I was riding, reclining, smooth sailing, windows up. I was riding, reclining, smooth sailing, windows up. I was
riding like a Mac with the slap in the back. I was riding in the trap with the strap on my ass. I was riding with your hoe, throwing drop in the out. I was riding with my folks getting dope. Niggas know I was riding on them suckers. I was riding on them buses. I was riding with a bus, starving hungry motherfuckers. I was riding like a motherfucker. I was riding like a motherfucker.
What's happening? What's happening? Can I get a mic check? Is my mic on today? I've been messing up the last couple of days. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Can I get a mic check from the beautiful people in the room? Let me know. Pew. Remove that from the stew. What's good, everybody? What's good? How y'all doing? It's that time again. Happy Friday, good people. Happy Friday. You made it through another week. So you know what that means. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man. Sorry I'm a little late. Almost fell asleep on the couch. Y'all ever been, you get in from work? I got in from work. I laid on the couch like, man, I'm going to take this nap real quick, right? Wake up, oh, it's 6:10. It's 6:10. So my apologies, y'all. My apologies. What's up with y'all? Happy Friday, man. We got a weekend coming. I see you, Champion Heart. How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? So solid. That video that y'all saw was brought to you by So Solid, the Prophet. Make sure y'all follow that man on all streaming platforms, YouTube, Apple Music. He on iTunes. He on all of it, man. Make sure y'all check out So Solid, man. Get them rotations up for that brother, man. He's nice with it. Let's see who in the building. Y'all know I got to give my shout out, so we're gonna jump right into this conversation. Trigger warning. This might trigger a lot of people, but we supposed to be grown. This will be an open panel. So I will pin the link when y'all want to come up through and discuss it. But trigger warning, for my trigger warning out right now, so y'all already know what it is. So first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? Like the video, share the stream, subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, whatever you want. This is about expanding ideas and talking to each other like we got some sense. Okay. Who we got in the building? I'm gonna go to the top first in the building. One of the best mod on YouTube, Lady Navor. How you doing, sis? I appreciate everything you do. Make sure y'all read and do what she asks y'all. Fishing the Fit in the building. Real J, shalom to you, God. Peace. Again, that was So Solid, the Prophet, bringing y'all that banger. You know what I'm saying? Just I coming through Zion on my way to the hotel. We stay on usually about 2 hours, or as long as the conversation takes us. I'm gonna start trying to go longer on streams, but you know that's a work in progress, y'all. So y'all forgive me. I need some grace. The beautiful Adrian Nicole in the building. Tim and Miranda, how you doing? Key, hey Pookie, how you doing? My brother from another, Marcus Evan, how you doing, black man? Championship Heart said, hey to Adrian. Hey, Red. Jolie's in the building. How you doing? Who else we got? It's time. Y'all know time always coming through with the support. Rock with your boy. How you doing, bro? Who else we got that slid in here? We got Big Red. My boy Tex always following through. He part of my TWT family. When you see that # TWT, you're in the place to be. We've got a bunch of different people who cover a bunch of different things, from boxing, basketball, sports, all the way down to just talking crazy on a Thursday night. It's all in fun, guys. It's all in fun. It's such a family vibe. Okay, Chris, what's good with you, God? Peace, God. Happy Friday to you, my boy. How you doing, man? Chris always coming through. I appreciate your time, bro. Okay, so let's get into it, man, because we grown and we got stuff to do. Some of y'all may want to go to sleep early. Some of y'all trying to hit the club afterwards. I understand. Y'all seen the name of the so-called live, even though I didn't put it in the banner. Let me correct myself. Last night, just want to share with y'all. Last night, I went up to the cities, Minneapolis. I stay in the town of Rochester. It's about an hour and a half away, hour 15 minutes away from Minneapolis, St. Paul. I went up and checked out tonight's conversation up in Minneapolis last night. Met up with Trill, solid dude. Met up with O, both them dudes who they say they are, right? And I'm gonna have a live. I'm gonna have a live on this, because there's a lot of things that people not really talking about when it comes to this relationship stuff, or just relations between people, right? There's a lot of stuff people missing out, right? And the internet gives the internet, these lives, gives you a false look of what a person really is. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other factors that play into things, is all I'm saying, right? We need to talk about that. Right? PJH, what's good, my guy? How you doing? What's popping, man? We're going to give him a couple of minutes, but we're about to jump into this because y'all know I got to do my monologue. So I'll go ahead and advertise. If you're appreciating the content, if you think I deserve it, if you got some money you trying to give away, Cash App, $RDubs, AREDUBBZ. Also to everybody who send the Cash Apps and the super chats and super thanks and super stickers. I appreciate you immensely. You make it so I don't have to work a little bit. Y'all make my work at my other job a lot easier. You know what I'm saying? GPP, what's happening? Make sure y'all subscribe to the Great PO Podcast. Great conversations, great people over there. If you have not subscribed to him, go ahead and subscribe to him. If you're on a computer, all you got to do is click on his name and then go to the channel. Okay, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. But yeah, I appreciate the production they put into the presentation, the live presentation, and it was packed out, y'all. They sold out pretty much every seat but the super VIPs, right? And they hustling out there, bro. Like if you want to ask questions, they charging you money. Everything costs money, which was kind of lame to me because you charging people for content. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the vibe, it was beautiful. People there congregating, nobody really bucking up. You know what I'm saying? Being able to hang out and have a dialogue with strangers. The DJ was okay, but I'm kind of partial to that stuff. So let's get into it, man. The name of this live is Absence Abuse. So where I got the idea for this live is I seen on a panel and a couple of videos, none that are really worthy to talk to bring up to y'all to show you, because they was kind of, it would have killed this live because they was just talking in circles, if y'all know what I mean, right? This really relates to the parenting, right? And again, I did this because it more than like it to me, right? In my opinion, guys, these are all my opinions. You don't have to think the way I think. This is mostly used, I would say 98% of the time I've heard it used is in reference to Black fathers not being in the home. Is that fair to say, guys? If that's fair to say, press 1. If you think it's BS what I just said, press 2. Hey, Joker Bear, how you doing, sis? Time with the 1, appreciate you. Okay, you got some feedback from the beautiful people in the chat. That's a 1. Marcus with the 1. Adrian with the 1. Champion Heart with the 1. I'm glad you are great. So I'm so joyous for that. That Uno J Wills was happening. What's good with you, my boy? Kiki says 1. Okay, so we got a baseline on that, right? What about absence? About a person not being there? About a person not being around? About a person who's not there to be used as a reference, a standard, or if we're going to take it all the way to the negative, right? A whipping post. How is that abuse? Is abuse a verb or a noun? Right? Is it an action or something that simply exists? Does someone have to be doing something to you to inflict abuse? And I know what the right answer feel like, guys. I know what it feel like, right? Because we all see from our perspective, right? The lessons we were taught, the things we experienced, right? Not just the things we experienced, but the things we heard that we really didn't know anything about, right? Hey, Ms. Mills, how you doing? Actions. I agree. To me, it's a noun. It's a verb. It's an action word. So Solid said it's both. In English language, right? The composition, maybe. But how about in true practice? right? I'm a realist over here. We're all realists. We try to keep it practical, pragmatic, right? Marcus, appreciate you, bro. What's good with you? He said absence is not abuse, but rather lack of a presence of a responsible, discipline imposing, wisdom, teach type of role model. But nowadays, kids are getting raised by social media and celebs. Tim said, no, the interpretation the child makes about themselves can be a catalyst for the child abusing themselves. I think that's the deep end. All right. But if that's what you want, if that's what you like in your pool, go ahead. Let's keep it funky. For a person to abuse you, they have to be there. They either have to be there or have some type of influence. Is that fair to say? How can someone abuse you that has no emotional, mental, or physical access to you? Trill Will, what's good with you, my guy? Trilly, what's good with you, boy? How you doing, man? Absence is not abuse. Most people try to say neglect is abuse, but that's under the assumption you are responsible for what you neglected. And Mill said absence can have an influence over your life. Facts. It definitely can, but is it abusive to you? Is it abusive to you? Is it always within a negative aspect, right? And listen to what I'm saying as a man, right? And I'm sure other men would agree with me, some, not all, because I'm not perfect. I'm not Jesus. Most people, if they grew up without a father, especially nowadays, right? If they were able within themselves to realize what was going on at a young age, right? Forced to be mature or mature, take your pick. They usually use that absence, right, to better themselves for their children, right? Because my dad wasn't here. I'm not going to do that to my child, right? So what does that mean? Do what to your child? Not be there, right? So is your father or anybody that should be an influence in your life that has some type of maternal or fraternal, or paternal responsibility? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because for me to influence you, I have to be there. Unless.
Did you hear what I said?
Unless we will have to concede to the table, right? That DNA plays a large part of the development of a child. Certain tendencies, certain thinking habits, right? Certain beliefs are passed down through the blood. How many of you guys think that beliefs in that DNA plays a strong part into the behavior of a person? One, if you believe DNA plays a large part into the attitudes and development of a person, can I get a 1? If you do not, can I get a 2? Hey, Almanaz 78. Make sure y'all subscribe to Almanaz TV. She is growing. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. Let's get her monetized. Uno. Okay. It's been proven to be true in research on rats. Facts. Look at some of the common fears in black folks. Some people are scared of dogs or water due to generational fears. Right? So let's explore this. Free of feeling, feel of thought, free of feeling, free of judgment. Let's say I agree that absence is abuse. I agree. That's the worst thing you can do to your child, your children, or someone in your life, right? Someone that you say you care to love and have responsibilities for and respect, right? It's the worst thing. Does that mean, trigger warning, does that mean that when a woman breaks up a family and separates the children from the father for whatever her reason, her happiness, her money, she didn't want to be married no more, she grew, she changed, is she abusing the children? Don't everybody type at once. Ain't no in a way, right? If you agree with it, that will have to be the case, right? Of course, sir. That's why I give you a wrench. Of course. I didn't know you had a champion. I didn't know you had a channel, bro. My apologies. Trill. Will. But look at this, right? Look at this. Even with that, right? Let's say the child is at a younger age where me personally, I remember things after being 5 years old, right? That's where my conscious memory starts. Right now, if I remember something like when I hear people say, I remember when I was 2 years old, I don't believe that, because that's not my reality, right? It may be true for them, but I don't know how anybody can remember from when they were 2 years old, right? Consciously, subconsciously, yes, but consciously, right? So if for some reason the mother separated from the father, right? Again, we all know the reasons, especially if it was a marriage, was the woman steps away from the marriage in most cases, right? But I need y'all to rock with me. Sit back in your seat and grab something, right? If that child is not of conscious thought, right? As far as remembering and recalling memories and information, because like I said, the earliest memory I have is 5 years old. What's good, T? Right? The only way that child would know anything about his father is from the initial teachings of the mother, correct? right? There's a old saying, an old adage, right? You never miss what you never had, right? So if the mother didn't put these thoughts, right, or imbue this child with the knowledge, what effect would knowing you didn't have a father have on a child? Right? This discussion can go a lot of ways if people being honest. I said initially, Tim, get yourself out of it. We need to learn to remove ourselves from discussions so we can learn. Right? God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. No disrespect. Right? So how would the child know they missed anything? If anything, Tim, if we're being totally honest about how children learn and gather information, right? It would seem strange to them, right, that there was a mother and father, because all they know is their mom. Rocky, how you doing? Is that fair? Or I'm gonna always ask y'all if I'm off. Because if I'm off, and if you guys have a consensus, we can take the conversation to a different place. Y'all know me. I just want to make sense of things. You see what I'm saying, sis? When they see a couple, a mom and dad with children, it would seem strange to them. They will have to know what a dad is before they're able to ask you, who's my dad?
Did you hear what I said?
Y'all are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? If y'all with me, can I get a 1 or a yes? The link is pinned to the chat. What I'm trying to do here, guys, I need y'all to understand, right? I know I try to keep it entertaining, right? I try to make sure you guys are fixated on the conversation, right? I try to make it interesting topic, right? But what I'm trying to get us to do is actually explore and think differently. We all get caught up in the routine of processing things a certain way, and all of us can say that the way we think about stuff a lot of times is not correct. I ask you guys these questions because I want to know if my thinking is correct. Appreciate you, my guy. Say for this good old cook. Appreciate you, man. I see Tony with the super stick. I appreciate you, my boy. My grandmother raised me, but I knew who my parents were. I get you. I get it. But did you explore that process, though? See, now it's just that way because you've grown and it was what it was, right? But how did you come to those understandings? Link is pinned to the top of the chat. So let's get back to business. Where's my boy? I thought right. So back on this, Will. That child, that the mother is all that child knows in this particular situation. She feeds the child, she bathes the child, she instructs the child, she woos the child, she coos the child, right? Reprimands the child, you name it. You are this child's paradigm. So explain to me, guys, where is the value that is built up that would be here if the father was here, right? If the father was here in this spot right now, right? Not abusing you, right? Not being absent, not in the place he should be as a father. Where did those beliefs come from for the child? Facts, bro. Need some big mamas. So solid. What's happening?
What's going on, Aunt?
Ain't shit. Happy Friday to you, big dog.
Happy Friday, man. Likewise. I like this convo you got going on, man.
I'm just asking questions, bro. You know what I do, right?
Yeah, but you be asking some precise ass. You be making people think for sure, though.
That's what I want us to do. I want us to start thinking, not only thinking differently, but thinking differently, right?
Yeah.
So it's absence abuse. So solid. Is a man, and again, in the context that we're discussing, which is the absent father, right? Because this is what it always applies to. Whenever you hear absence is abuse, it's applying to a dad that's not there, right? Right. So tell me how you can abuse someone without your presence there.
You can't. I mean, I put it in there earlier. I was like, if you're not present, it's not abuse. Now, is it fucked up on top? Is it negative? Is it a whole bunch of other things that not favorable? Yes. But abuse, like if you I looked up abuse before you got on, and I couldn't put it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it has something to do with violence. It has something to do with the misuse of something. And if you ain't there, you can't misuse or perpetrate violence in any way.
Right. Right. Even, and I'm gonna tell you, I did research on this, right? Is that they refer to it in the child protection standard, right, and the therapy standard as neglect. Well, if I'm neglecting you, that means that there's something that I'm keeping from you that you should have, right?
Exactly.
So if that's the case, and women understand this, and y'all look where I'm going. Trigger warning.
I know exactly where you.
If women understand this as a whole, because they can use it, right, in an argument, right, or to pivot or move the goalpost or try to demoralize and shame a father, right, and shame a man, then what does it mean when women leave their child's father for a reason other than real abuse, right, or real neglect, or something that's shitty worth leaving for? Right. So that means you're putting your child into the line of abuse. As a matter of fact, if we want to really be 100 with it, when everybody in the chat said DNA affects the generations to come, that DNA plays a huge part in what your child will be, you're actually abusing your child by not sleeping with the right man.
Did you hear what I said?
But there is this narrative, bro, right? That women always have the child's interest at heart first.
Right. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like women do more damage to a child than men do in that situation, even if the man left by himself, like even if he left on his own accord, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not there anymore. But the poison that woman can, you know what I mean, fill into the child about their father, or the lies that they can, you know, tell about the situation that happened, it forms and molds that kid's mind about men in the first place and fathers.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it like makes a repetitive cycle, especially if, yeah.
Right. And this is why I always say, and I'm sure you heard me say it, that when most children, when they succeed in life, it's usually in spite of, right? Not because of. Right? These kids that come out of these single mother relationships, right? Especially when they're the ones initiating it, right? They're not making it because their mom was some great soul and they had everything figured out. No, because y'all keep saying a man not being there is abusive. So that him being there has some invaluable inherent value.
Oh, for sure.
So what, again, like I told you, this conversation can go 100 different ways, right? What's good, Zion? Right? Then this can go 100 different ways. If that's the case, where is this rhetoric and this ideology that it's okay being a single mother, it's okay being a single parent, right? You can do this on your own. Then that will be a lie if that's the case, correct?
Correct. Like, if I could share something real quick to, validate your point, right? So I was raised by a single mom, you feel me? And I'm not the one to actually make the point actually that valid, because my mom did a hell of a fucking job. So in my case, it's a little different. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that all the stuff that I went through as a child, even under her covering, didn't lead me down horrible paths because I was being raised by a single mother. And she got with a new dude when I'm all grown and everything, and he had 3 sons by his previous woman, right? And he raised them all with his ex-wife and everything. None of them dudes went to jail. None of them dudes have any problems in life. They all stand up gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, no matter how much she likes to brag about me and my accomplishments, I went through the ringer. They didn't go through none of the shit that I went through. And my mom was more well off financially than him and his wife together. You see what I'm saying? So they love to brag about, oh, my son had everything. My mom brags about that all the time. But, I was in jail. I had to go through all this dumb shit. And it was because I was being raised by a single mother. So when you say the father is invaluable, that resonated with me a lot, because most of the dudes that I grew up with that had a father in their life, whether he was great, good, bad, or whatever, they had structure. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't go through a lot of the shit that I went through. And they didn't have to learn a lot of the hard mistakes that I learned the hard way.
I got you. Champion, what's good, bro? You got that white line fever, huh?
Yeah, my brother, how you doing, man? Out here trying to get this load delivered, man. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
Oh man, I was just trying to do what I got to do, brother.
Right.
I wanted to chime in, man. I might lose my signal, man, but I'm gonna try and chime in on this before that happens.
Go ahead, get it off, bro.
My situation, it's a little different because, like I said in the chat, I was raised by my grandmother. So, not only was she my grandmother, but she was also my mother and my father. And my situation, I kind of to your point of it being abuse. I look at the situation with my brother. Now, I always thought he had it better because my mom sent me away and kept him, right? And he was like, no, man. He said, you had it better. He had a resentment for our mother. I never knew this until here recently, maybe a couple of years ago. But he said, no, man, you had it better. You know, I always thought he had it better, but he was like, no. He said, Mama was saving you. He said, I didn't get saved. So there were, you know, and now him being an adult, he has mommy issues, you know, and the way that his relationship with his daughters is fractured, you know, due to the relationship, you know, with his mother. And, you know, with my family, with neither one of my parents being there, you know, I always wanted that. I always wondered how that would be. I can remember, you know, asking my grandmother certain questions about, you know, how come I'm not with, you know, my mom and dad, you know, and she would, you know, she began to explain to me, but she would just kind of, you know, say certain things to, you know, not make me talk about it. But even going into my adulthood, you know, I still wanted that, you know, relationship. But then, you know, as I began to spend this time with my mother and know who she is, you know, I actually had to treat her different. I had to pull back, you know, from her. And my brother was telling me, he says, man, you think that, you know, you want that, you think our mother is like Claire Huxtable. He said, that's not who she is. You know, he says, you know, you're going to have to understand how to deal with her, you know, and now understand that you're not going to have that relationship that you want with her, you know. And the thing with my father is, you know, he and I had to develop, you know, a relationship through boxing, you know, when I moved to Texas. And now, you know, it is what it is now. But I can, you know, I can say that, you know, it can be seen, it can be deemed as a form of abuse. So I do get what you're saying when you say that, because I do feel that it can be deemed as that, because it definitely, you know, it definitely affects, you know, a child, you know, into adulthood. And I look at, you know, I look at the situation with my brother.
Okay. What's good, Mike?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Happy Friday, man. Everything good?
Yep, everything's great.
What you got on it, big? What you got on it, little bro?
Big bro. It's absence abuse. Nah, I don't think absence is abuse. You know what I mean? Because you never know why the father's not in the house, or if she pushed the dad out and want to run this whole story up, he ran away. So, like I said earlier, I think last week, I mean, you can only blame the person who's there in the house to teach that kid. So I don't think it's a form of abuse. You know what I mean?
Simple enough. Simon, what's good, bro? How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good.
You know, that last comment is kind of interesting, because how a house of abuse is a house of abuse, right? And we make excuses a lot of the time based on love, or what we deem to feel love is, right? So it kind of angers me in a sense where we can't do this thing where we're just holding our parents, predominantly, who have been in charge of us as men, accountable. We want to put it to the wayside and go, okay, maybe it was like something we didn't learn, something we didn't understand. But nah, I can't get with that, man. It really sort of antagonizes me to an extent where it's like, you young cats, man. You need to check this shit, man. You need, you really need to check this shit, man. It's hard It's hard, man.
I know it's hard, right? If it was easy, everyone would do it, right? So, but I'm asking you, is absence abuse? Not how you feel about it, right? I don't care about your feelings. I'm asking your thoughts. Is a person not being there abuse to you?
That's a good question. And you know, I'll say like I can only relate to it via experience. So, you know, my ex-wife being sectioned, right? I'm like, yo, I didn't
Say
really
that
like
again,
it.
Simon. Say that again.
My ex-wife being sectioned, right?
What that mean? Help me
Like
understand.
my ex-wife was sectioned, so like she was put in mental ward.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
And prior to that, I was on YouTube screaming and shouting and going la la la, because I didn't really understand all that shit. And it's heartbreaking, like sort of being in like a whole marriage and all that shit. But to be fair, when she don't interfere, me and my daughter, we're cool. Like we're cool.
So, Simon, let me ask you a question. So, did you and your wife get along? And I have a follow-up question
Yeah.
after that.
Right. Yeah.
So, are you guys still married?
Are you listening?
You kind of taking a while to speak, so I'm just asking the question. Are you and your wife still married?
For real.
Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes I like to have conversations, and sometimes I don't. Like,
Okay, well, Simon, we gonna keep it gangster, right? This is a panel of grown men, so if you
this
don't want
dude
to,
is I'm listening, but I'm just
yeah,
saying, like I said, we're divorced, okay? So
okay,
come
thank you.
on, bro.
There you go.
Come
Let's
on,
keep it
bro.
simple, bro. This man don't know you. Let's keep it simple. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Okay, so if that's your ex-wife, right? And I guess you guys didn't get along in the house and y'all had kids. So the more you probably stay together, let these females tell it. If mom's not happy, then nobody's gonna be happy, right? So if you left like a responsible adult. And so from what I guess Ricky is going with this, if you would have stayed, it would have been abusive to the kid because mom's not happy. But since you left, they still gonna say you were abusive because you're not there. If you get what I'm saying. So how you win in that situation?
Yeah, you sound like someone that was brought up amongst a huge family, and I appreciate you, bro. The thing is, it's just it don't really work out like that for most people, like in real relationships, because if that was the case, like everyone would be happily married.
So that's what I'm saying. So since you left and you did the responsible thing, so you could have a good relationship with your daughter, because you left, they still will call you abusive. It's from what I'm seeing in the comments from women of an absent father is abusive, or even if you out the house, they're gonna call that abusive. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Yeah.
left the unhealthy relationship,
No,
they
in
still will
Mills,
call you abusive.
you can come up in Mills if you want to. This is I want everybody's perspective. I want everybody's perspective, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, see, I don't see that as being abusive. I mean, he left a situation to where you got to understand kids pay attention to things.
I'm not saying
And
he's abusive. What I'm saying is logically he did what was logical. He left to have a healthy relationship with his kids. Because let these females tell it, if she not happy, nobody happy. So most of these moms on here or these women on here saying, because I'm not happy with him, the kid ain't gonna have happiness. So because he left, so he can have he won't live in stress and he can actually have a relationship with his kid, they still will deem him as abusive. He don't have to be absent. Like to these females' definition, just because he's not in the house, he's absent. You know what I mean?
Nah, I mean,
Right. I don't agree
all right.
with that.
Can I pose a question to you guys?
I'm not
Can I
saying
pose
that's
a
what
question?
I think. I'm saying how these
Can I
females are thinking. Even if he
Let
separated
him
from
finish.
his family,
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Can I
even
pose
though
a
he
question to you guys?
Hold on, Simon. Let him
Yeah.
finish. Then you can ask all the questions you want, bro.
Sam, hold on right there. So what I'm saying, even though he left to have a relationship with his daughter because him and his ex-wife couldn't have a relationship, even though he left, they still would deem him as abusive because he's not in the house every day. So it's like a damn if you do, damn if you don't. I'm not condoning him. I'm saying he did what was right. But leave it up to these females, he's still abusive no matter what situation it is. Because if he in the house and she not happy, the kid ain't happy. That's what they say. That's not what I say, but that's what they say.
Simon?
Champion, Simon.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the only way people speak like this is based on the fact that they don't really understand what a whole marriage or a relationship looks like. You know, I mean, and I'm kind of intrigued because I don't want to put down anybody, but it's just like at the same time, you know, um, it's kind of telling. You know, it's like, this why I love Rookie because it's just like, you know, it's like if you actually been in a real relationship, you ain't talking like this shit, man. It's like if you've actually been in the NFL, you ain't actually talking like this shit. If you actually been like in a situation where it's like you've had some real high level shit going on in your life, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this.
And Simon, I agree with you, man. But do you think that he's like attacking you? Because I don't think he's saying anything about your situation. I think
Yeah,
he's
you
just saying. I think he's just saying what other people might see outside of the situation, specifically women. I don't think he's saying nothing. I don't think he's saying nothing about your relationship specifically, as if because he's not married, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm just saying he's talking about the rhetoric that goes on with men if they leave the house willingly, unwillingly, on their own, good, right, or wrong. These are the views that are, you know, put out there when that shit happens. I don't think he's speaking on you like that.
Yes, I mean, I don't think you understand what he's saying. He's saying that you did the right thing in order to have the
Right.
healthy relationship with your daughter. You know what I'm saying? There's
all right.
yes, yeah. I mean, there was a guy that I used to train with, and he stayed in his relationship for the sake of his child. But the
Mm-hmm.
relationship was very abusive. I mean, his wife would speak to him very disparagingly. She would disrespect him in front of their child. So, and I was telling him, I said, man, you know, you don't have to take that. You know, and he was like, man, I stayed for my daughter. I said, man, that is more abusive to your daughter than you having your own place and spending your time with your daughter without going through what you're going through. Because your child, man, she can see that. And and sooner or later, you know what I'm saying, she's going to think it's okay to talk to you like that because she's seen her mother do it.
Okay. All right. That was your experience, right?
No, it wasn't my experience. It was a friend of mine who I work with. I was just saying, you know, saying there are, you know, people that, you know, like for it, like when you left, he didn't leave. That's what I'm saying. He didn't leave. He stayed, you know, and he was taking abuse, you know, from the mother in front of the child. But he thought he was doing what was healthy for the child when it was abusive because the mother was, you know, she was unhappy and she would disrespect him and talk to him crazy in front of the child because she was unhappy. you know,
Okay.
and he stayed. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all still
So
moving around it though.
what do you mean?
Y'all moving around the question. So what we have to do is establish baselines, guys, right? So a person being there for absence to be abuse has to mean that that person who was absent has an invaluable worth. It's so bad that that person has so much input, influence, power, dynamic, right? It has to be so large that the simple fact that that person is not there can change the course of your universe. Is that what people are saying? Is that the way that sex and birthing in marriages and bearing children, is that the way it's being handled in today's society, particularly our demographic? Because I don't care about what nobody else is doing. If these things are so understood and so serious, why do not people move so seriously? So if we already talked in the chat that most people said that absence is not abuse. We got people in the chat saying it is, right? So 817 saying about his dad, right? His dad had bonked out for whatever reason, right? I'm gonna pick on you a little bit, A7. No disrespect. Right? So listen to what he's saying, right? He's saying, also Anton said it, right? Listen to what he said. I knew my mama and daddy didn't belong together when I was fucking 8 years old. Didn't mean he had to abandon us. So that means that man, whether we understood what it was or not, whether we know what it is or not, had a certain amount of influence into his children, whether he knew it or not, whether he exercised it.
Did you hear what I said?
I need y'all to listen to me, right? Whether he exercised it or not. So if this is the case, and children are so affected by the abuse of a person not being there, why is the excuse of a woman leaving her husband or her child's father that I'm not happy? Why is that acceptable? We already know it's not acceptable when a man leaves because people are saying things like this, what 817 typed. Am I off base or no?
No, you all the way on. We just reprogrammed.
Right.
So my question to everybody is, which one is it? Pick a lie, would you? Because if that's the case, we need to change the narratives, the real life narratives, and the argument that these people are able to utilize as excuses to why they don't want to keep the family together.
Yo, bro, look, I'm gonna ask you a question, right? And it's been about 2 years. Yo, bro, I gotta bottle this shit up because Ricky's the Don. Like Ricky's. I can't even talk to Ricky like that. I'm telling you, bro. I respect Ricky. Like, ooh.
If you have a point to say, Simon, say it. We're having a discussion.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Man.
If you scared, go to church, nigga.
I got donor host.
I just got respect. I got respect. Like, you know, respect. Like, respect is respect. Like, so, you're married, right?
Yep.
So, is there any reality for the new generation that's coming up in terms of understanding marriage? That's my question to you.
I believe it's over, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, well, why do you believe it's over? Because the thing is, it's like I'm trying to convince, or I'm trying to make myself understand that it's not over.
Are you in America or where you at? Overseas?
It don't matter where we're at. I'm not saying that.
It
I'm
doesn't
just
matter because the
saying.
culture. Okay, because so the culture in America for black Americans is not preaching family. It's not preaching marriage. I got two younger brothers, 26 and 21. They see that I'm married, but the woman around their age and the woman around their demographics ain't even talking about marriage. Because we already know men grow up like last week, like we said, men grow up wanting to have a family, wanting to take care of somebody, wanting to provide and protect. Even at the age of 19, 20, they want to grow with somebody. And the young lady here on the panel said we weren't taught that. So I seen that shit in high school. No, I'm independent. I don't need a nigga, and all this other shit. While I was thinking, like they told me back in the day, in Atlanta, hey, you may have to take care of a baby mama because your mom was a baby mama. So why is it wrong for you to take care of another nigga's kid? So I already knew that, hey, I'm gonna be a father, and I may have to be a father to another dude's kid. That was that whole 90s talk growing up in Atlanta. As I got older, I didn't see a lot of women that looked like me was trying to start families. They was trying to go out to college, to black colleges and the regular colleges, and have fun. So you fast forward. Now you got Instagram, social media. A lot of these girls and dudes don't want to get married because what's out here, the culture.
So what do you want?
I'm already married. I want to be the example for my brothers to see a happy marriage. I don't say they can't find somebody here. I'm just saying they have to really dig deeper than what Ricky had to look for back in his day. You got to really find a gem to marry. Not everybody gonna get lucky.
Can I ask you a question?
That's true.
Can I ask you a question, like real quick?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Are you happy?
Of course, I'm happy.
All right. I salute you, Ricky. Thanks for having me up, man.
You ain't got nothing else.
Bomb chat.
Peace, Simon. Have a great one, man. Hey,
thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's
hey,
cool,
Rick,
man.
I gotta
come back.
Hey, Rick, I gotta jump off, man. I gotta call my daughter. I'm gonna try and come back before you get off, man.
No worries, man. I appreciate y'all time and coming through. Simon, be easy.
All right,
bro.
man.
I will, as long as you guide me, I will. Thank you very much, sir.
Get out of here. Get out of here, nigga. It's like real up.
Yep.
What's good, man? Give me a second, bro.
Peace to the God.
All right, man. Let me read this stuff real quick, man. Big Ant, he said, Rick, you went up, bruh. Being absent is not abuse. Me not being around you can give us both the blessings of breathing another day, especially if you're a selfish soul. Rilla, what you got on it, big dog? Happy Friday, by the way, my guy.
What's cracking, man? I'm trying to lead a gig. I'm bouncing in and off these panels, man, trying to tap into the good conversations. You definitely got one brewing tonight, man.
What you think?
So it is making me think, and I reserve the right to reassess my thought later.
Yes, sir.
But the concept of abuse is not like rooted in emotion. So regardless of how I feel about it, right? Mm-hmm. It's abuse is abuse, regardless of why it happens, why it occurred. Abuse is abuse. But also the connotation is there's some type of action on your end to facilitate that abuse. Right. So if the argument is that inaction, whether involuntary or voluntary, let me say it this way.
I don't think absence is abuse, regardless of what. If she forced him out, he left on his own. But I do think intention matters. So I don't know, man. I'm really trying to walk this through and think on it.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions now.
I know, but I think that it has to account. I don't know that it's that linear, right? I don't know that it's that linear.
Tell.
Yeah, because
do tell.
When I think so, somebody read. I don't know the brother that was up here, but when he said he looked at the definitions and it didn't apply, it didn't meet the threshold of abuse according to the definition. One of the key things that he used was violence, and again, it goes back to the way that I'm thinking of it is you have to initiate some type of action, be it violence or withdrawing your presence or whatever. And in that regard, I know it's absence abuse. Yeah, I don't know, Slick Rick.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you see, you hear what you picking up what,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's frame it. Let's frame it, right?
Yeah. Because you said we got to have a baseline first. So
right.
I think that's where you was going before the conversation went out.
Right. Let's frame it. Right. I got you, 8 piece God. Right. We got to frame it then, if that's the case, right? Absent is absent abuse, right? The mother needs to be emotionally capable to take care of the child. So happiness plays a factor, is what people are saying, right? The mom got to be happy. If she's not well, the children's not well, right? So the man gets X'd out the picture, right? So instead of reinforcing, right, and saying that the man being out the picture because the mom wasn't happy. Listen to what I need y'all to listen to what I'm saying.
Did you hear what I said?
Right? So if he was the action, right? He was the underlying factor, right? And he's eliminated. And the reason why he was X'd out is because she was stopping her from doing her job with the children correctly. How can him being gone be abuse? The only way it could be hold up. Give me a second. Ride with me. Yep. Right. The only way it could be abuse is that the contributions that the man put into the equation override and outweigh the mother by quintillions. If I'm taking care of you, right, and I'm paying all the bills, and for no reason I come in and I say, you know what, I'm not paying your full bill. I think that's abusive. But I'd have to be doing something and giving you something to take away from you to abuse you with it. Is that true or not?
True.
That means the excuse that people use that it's possible to raise a child as a single parent and get the best optimal result will have to go out the window, correct?
1000% facts. Yes.
I'm just asking questions. But at that point, we have to acknowledge that the father brings something, right? Not just financial, his presence, the things that he imbues, right? The things that he has within his blood and bone has value by just being around your children, correct?
Yes.
Because the effect supposedly it's not an action. It's not even an action, right? Because he can abuse you without being there, right?
Are you looking for me to chime in or for anybody to chime in?
No, anybody can chime in. I want to answer to the question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can be abused with him there or without him there.
That's Tommy that just pulled up.
No, that's Tap. That's Tap.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, you can be abused with him in the house or out of the house, either way.
Help me understand.
I mean, of course, listen, like you say, there's a
It's the reason why it takes a man and a woman to create a child, right? And and I think solely upon solely upon the responsibility of them having a life bestowed upon them. There are some responsibilities that are attached to that, right? And so when either one steps away from that, you know what I'm saying? It it abuses the child. It abuses the child in some form or fashion, whether they present or not.
Please, please give me an example.
Example being, if me and a woman you know, enter into unionship, and I think that's something that's missing in this conversation. These people are broken when they enter into these situations and have children.
I don't disagree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents were broken people when they got together and created me. You know, so when the shit wasn't right, when the equation wasn't right going into it, you know, the opportunity for success or the results are probably, you know, more times than not are going to be low.
Mm-hmm.
But you can have a father in the home who is physically abusive, verbally abusive, and you can gain nothing from his presence.
Understood.
And that trauma can last you, you know, throughout the rest of your existence.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying? Or you can have one that's absolutely absent, right? And then things that you encounter in life, you know, in which you would expect for a father, right, to be able to wrap his arms around his children, extend that love and knowledge and be there for them, you know, without him ever being there. Yeah, that's something that you can say, well, that's something that I never missed because I never had. But when those instances do present themselves, that trauma is felt, whether you recognize it or not. Now, we'll have the hardest thing for people to do is to be honest about who they are in their situations. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else will comment on this topic, but a lot of people won't talk about themselves or their situations, seeing as though we saw the brother earlier. So I'm just saying, you know, people got to be willing to be fully honest about it, right? And a lot of times our parents, they ain't had nobody to answer to since they got grown, especially, you know, your mamas and your daddies. You know, just like the brother said, you know, my mom did the best. She was a single parent, whoop the blame. My mom did too. Mm-hmm. You know, but when we go back and we talk about it and I evaluate some of the decisions that she made, right? She get an attitude, got to talk off, got to lie about it, somewhere around. And my father the same way. Mm-hmm. So I can see elements of disconnect there and why it didn't work a long time ago, amongst the other shit that I experienced as a child. So I'm just saying, bro, yeah, man, absence is is abuse because it took you motherfuckers, it took two of you motherfuckers to put it together. So whether you in the home or whether you're not in the home, that obligation does not change.
Hey, so let me give you my bad. Go for it. No, go for it. No, please. No, go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so let me give you a real life example of how, even though I said absence is not abuse, because I think details matter and nothing's just like black or white. You feel me? But I think, let me give you a real life example on how absence is abuse. So you remember yesterday we was talking, right? Mm-hmm. And you was like, would you leave her? Mm-hmm. If such and such? And I was like, no. Right. You feel me? I'm not going nowhere because I believe, because I got 4 kids. You feel me? And they all live with me. So I believe that I'm the main bread maker. Right. So my wife don't work at all. So I believe if I was to leave and do me, you feel me? Mm-hmm. That I would be abusing my children because their life, their way of life would be downgraded so much to the point where she would have to move
it right there. Hold it right there, bro.
Okay.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there. But the reason why it would be an abuse is because you're taking something that you provided to them, correct?
Correct.
So where is the excuse when women say these fathers are doing nothing?
Oh, these chicks be out of their mind.
Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying, right? For me to be able to abuse you with something, I have to be able to either use it against you or take it away from you.
Yep.
Y'all got to listen to what I'm trying to put down now. I can say it, but then the conversation will be over. Then it'll be an inner live, and then we all go home. Right? What is a man's value to his children?
You can't put a price on it.
Yeah, it's everything,
So,
man.
okay, so then why is happiness good enough to break up a family?
Facts.
Hold on now. Those are two different things. Those are two different things. Those are two different things. Say it again, Rick.
Why is happiness good enough to break up a family?
No, say what you said the first time. Because a family unit, that's a unit. That consists of a man, a woman, and children. The first statement you made didn't consist of all those things. It consisted of a father, right, and his children, and the value that he had with his children. So that's a different thing.
Okay. Is it though?
Yes.
No.
Because hold on now. Because your father can be an amazing father with you and be a horrible husband to the wife in the home.
We got to start off with that. What are we saying? Hold on. What are we saying? What are we saying here?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. He was addressing me. Hold on, guys.
All right, my bad.
We grown,
Wow.
right?
Look.
No, freeze it, bro. Freeze it. To that, I say, so what?
Exactly. Because my wife was a horrible wife to me for the first 5 years of our marriage, but I would have never deemed that an excuse to leaving my children.
That was your choice, and you felt like. Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me respond.
Hey, get it.
You felt like
when you're done.
Okay. You felt like leaving your wife was leaving your children. Am I correct?
It is.
No. That's how you felt. That's how you felt.
But
let me say this. But let me say this though. I am that child. Okay? I am that child. For this situation, I am that child. And I am telling you, you being in the home with my mama and me watching y'all not get along, not be affectionate, not be a unit when it came to us as a family, but you being a great dad to me didn't make the house a happy place to be. And I would rather y'all be separated and you still be that fucking dad to me, and my mom still be that goddamn mom to me, rather than y'all be in the house with each other and the house be shitty, but you be providing and paying some bills.
But that's your wish as a child, though,
exactly. Man. See, and look,
how you felt as an adult.
Wait a minute. How you felt as a grown man? How you felt as a grown man, and how the kid feel as a child? Which both of them are feelings.
I feel you, bro, but you can't go off feelings.
Kids don't feel like that.
Solid. Hold up.
Yeah,
kids don't feel like that.
Solid, you about to go, right? I muted you because he let you finish. Let that man finish, then come back with your point, okay? We're not going to do this jumping on over each other in conversation. We're not going to do that. All right?
So
go ahead, Sal.
Okay, so hey man, I feel you 100%. I was that child too, so it's not like I'm arguing with you just for the sake of arguing. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, I feel like as fathers, we're the more logical ones in the whole family, and we can't be putting happiness and feelings like that in front of our need to provide for our children. You feel me? Because I can tell you straight up, you said that it won't stop me from being a father if I'm outside the home, but I beg to differ, my brother, because I don't think I can be the same father outside the home that I am inside the home. He needs to see me every day. He needs to know when he hear my voice go to a certain octave, calm your ass down, sit your ass down. You need structure up in here. No, you're going to go do this. You ain't going to kick it with them niggas outside like that. You doing this.
That shit don't change.
If I'm not in the house, I can't do that, because guess what? I'm gone. And he know that. So he like, Pops ain't here, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's different, bro. To you, it might not be. And I can respect that. But for me, it was worth it. Some of us really do mean it when we say we'll do anything for our kids, and that means putting up with a punk bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That shit wild. First of all, you said you felt like you couldn't be a father or whatever if you wasn't in the home, right? You felt like, right? I'm telling you, as the kid, right? And what grown folks never do, right? Because there's always some type of influence when the grown folks sit down with the child, is really ask them how the fuck they feel about the situation. Because 9 times out of 10, the kids see y'all ain't get along. They ain't motherfucking stupid.
Okay.
They see y'all and it affects them. And it affects them in a negative motherfucking fashion. And at the end of the day, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
We are not dismissing your experience. We're not dismissing anyone's experience. You're actually making my point, right?
He's going back on his point because he said when his father left at 8 years old, he still felt absent.
It's cool, Mike. It's cool.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what is he?
It's cool.
No, what I'm saying is, no person, sacrificing your happiness, man or woman, for the betterment of your children. There's context to it, bro.
Okay,
because
when men take care of kids and love kids, it's a duty. You don't go off of feelings. It's a duty. And if you can't do your duty because the woman that you have a kid with and married to is making it hard, hey, I gotta go for my health.
Nothing stops you from doing your duty, whether she making it hard or easy.
Did we? Okay, so when Ricky read that book a couple months ago, when your kid is hearing from his grandma and his mom that you ain't shit and you ain't up to nothing and you outside cheating and you may be working, she gonna warp that kid's mind no matter what, he or she.
They ain't right.
We know that.
Okay, then. And guess what? They will get their pence as well. It's your job to continue to be a father and let them see what the real is.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, they will make the decision.
Correct.
But you don't never stop being a father just because niggas find a way to tap out just because they not in the home, bro. You can't tap out, nigga.
Hold on, gentlemen. Now, 8, you my nigga. But I'm gonna tell you where you went wrong with this argument, right? Now, I'm not going to even say your argument because your point is valid, right? Is you presented your personal experience, how it weighs on you. But let me show you how it relates to the conversation and how you're making my point, right? The only reason this means something to you because it hits home to you. But the only reason you look at your father is because you had him as a reference of what he could give, what he should have been giving. You knew him. I said this at the beginning of the live. Maybe you wasn't here, and my apologies if you didn't get this part, right? But you knew you had a dad. You knew he brought something to the table, right? Even though, like you said, at 8, you knew he was an asshole, and you knew him and your mother wasn't good together. You knew that, right? But the only reason you look at it this way is because you had him. You had him to begin with.
So what you're trying to say, Rick, is if I never knew my father, right? If I was just born unto my mother and my dad was absentee. I never seen him, never had a hug from him,
never
nothing.
Had any input.
Never had no influence. That there will be no residual effects to that child.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, is that abuse?
Hell yeah.
Nah, I'll say no, because let me give you my situation. 817. Hold on, let me give you my situation, right? So my brother's 4 years older than me, right? He was born in Seattle. So my mom and my dad got married. My brother is 4 years older than me. At the age of 2, my mom and dad couldn't work it out. So she took my black ass and my little brother and drove from Seattle to Atlanta. So who's abusive in that situation? My mom or my dad? She drove me across the country.
Both.
Okay. So my brother don't know who his dad is, right? Probably met him twice in Atlanta. Probably met him twice. And I always tell my brother, because me and my dad had a rocky relationship, not because my mom, but because how my dad was still bitter at my mom. So I always tell my brother, bro, I'd rather not know the nigga than know the nigga. You know what I mean? Because me and my dad don't see eye to eye. So my brother never told me, because he don't know his dad, still to this day, that he felt abused. He just said, man, you're lucky to have a dad. So even though my dad was across the country to Seattle and I was in Atlanta and I would always visit him, it was never abuse. I always looked at my dad and be like, yo, that's my dad. I respect him. So I have both situations in my family that's personal, me and my brother. And my brother never said he felt abuse from his dad because he wasn't there. He actually had more abuse from my mom.
Bro, there is so much that maybe that y'all never discussed, but there are so many times in your brother's life that he's encountered situations, and in his head, he either wishes he had a father or wishes he had a father to lean on.
Agree.
And whether he will admit to you or not, or will categorize it as quote unquote abuse or not, is part of his articulation and his ability to articulate his motherfucking feelings. But again, there is a reason why it takes a man and a woman to create a motherfucking child.
No one disagrees with that.
So
hold on, Mike. Let me reset it. Let me reset, Mike. My bad. You
so the abuse is dual.
Hey. Let me reset. Hold on. Super chats, Real Bravado Network, showing some drive-by support to the good brother Uncle Rick while walk down these 12 hours. God damn, man, on the front. God damn. Shout out to you, RBN. Make sure y'all subscribe to Real Bravado Network. Hopefully he gets some days off. You know what I'm saying? Almond Eyes, $2. I appreciate you, sis. Provision is more than money. Agreed. CC, happy Friday, Pookie. How you doing? Happy Friday to you. The jet in the building, taking off and landing. Salute, bro, Rick, the panel and chat fam, blah, 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 blah. Romello said, I do have to say, grandfathers and uncles shape the reality of men, especially men working together. Agreed. Mike didn't tap. Mac didn't tap. Mike, get your thought off, and then tap. You up next. My bad, bro.
No problem.
Still growing up in Atlanta, man, my brother had the same opportunities and the same family members as I had. We had our grandpa there, Vietnam vet. And so what my brother didn't do was hang on and cling on to my grandpa as a father figure. That goes into how you think about shit. Because even though my dad wasn't there all the time, because he was in Seattle and I was in Atlanta, I looked towards maybe Batman to be a model figure to look after, maybe Iron Man, maybe the Ninja Turtles. You know what I mean? So I looked for male guidance. And it wasn't because I had a dad or didn't have a dad. It was the kind of person I was. So he had the opportunity to be around my grandpa just like me. He just didn't take it.
That's neither here nor there. Tap, what you got, bro?
What's good, everybody? What's going on?
Friday,
y'all are probably, man, I'm Gucci. Y'all are probably gonna disagree with my take on this. Number one, I believe neglect is a form of abuse, and when you're not present, you're neglectful. Period. Second point I want to make: you choose these women. That is the number one thing. You choose who you put your seed in. You choose what garden you plant in. That was you. So it behooves you to choose the woman that properly aligns with you. Number two, off of that same point, because you need to be there for your kids, otherwise it is neglectful. Even if this is where I agree with, I don't know which brother was saying it, this is where I agree with him. Even if you don't seem to get along, you have to, as a man, you have to find a way to make it work out. Period. Because you made the choice to plant your seed in that garden.
But that don't mean I want a nagging ass bitch though. So why you
That's on you though. Wait. I didn't cut anybody off outside here. That was your choice. That wasn't her choice. That was your choice. So even if you didn't want to be with that bitch, or even if that bitch wasn't the bitch you thought she was, that still was something you did. Nobody made you do it. Nobody put your dick in that chick and said squirt, squirt, bro. Like I understand, but we need to stop making excuses for why things ain't working out the way you think they should, and why kids ain't being raised the way they should. You got to step up and do what you said you would do when you dumped off your seed. And
100%.
as a kid, I didn't. Number one thing, you don't know what you don't know. But you, as a young man, you do look for something outside. If you don't have your dad there, you do look for some type of guidance, male guidance outside of your mama. You do look for that. That's where all of these kids are in these gangs and all this other bullshit that's going on. Now, off of that point, I'm almost done. I'm about to land the plane. Off of that point, when I finally reunited with my dad at the age of 13, again, my story is about a combination of a couple of the stories. When I was there with him, shit was dope. There was structure. I'm learning how to work on cars. I'm learning how to do HVAC. All of that stuff was dope. But then when I went back home to mom, where there was no real structure, there was no real discipline, I'm back out on the streets doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. I mean, I got lucky because I had a skill that allowed me to get beyond the projects. But shit, where was Pop? And there were times where I'm like, damn, I wish Pop was here. So as a man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I hate that the conversation went to this. I really do.
Hey, let me bring it back, Let me bring it back. Hey, what I said yesterday? I listened to you, That's your girl. That's your girl, man. Unc said this shit on Lapeef hella long ago. He told people, I don't care if she look like this. I don't care if she act like this. Shit, I don't care if she talk like this. You knew that when you got with her. You knew that when you busted up in her. You knew that when she was pregnant. You knew all of that shit. So guess what? That's your girl. Deal with it. And if I could keep it even more lit, the fact that my wife was such a hard ass in the beginning, if you a man, bro, you're going to sit her ass down, bro, and be like, look, this is what it is. If you don't start changing, if you don't start acting like this, then whoop-de-whoop-whoop, I'm going to do this. And my wife got on board. So we don't have half as many as the problems that we used to have. I'm not saying everybody's situation like that. I'm just saying me and her cool now. And since I did stick it out, my children win. You feel me? It wasn't about me at the end of the day. I got tough skin, man. And it's not like we was fighting in front of the kids physically or nothing. We just wasn't on the same accord. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see eye to eye. So just because we don't see eye to eye, I don't like the way she talked to me, I don't like the way she looked or something like that, I'm supposed to just leave, bro? That's crazy. That's what women do.
I agree. What you just say?
That's what women do.
Let's read the super
chat. Say that shit one more time.
That's not, we men, bro. We don't do that shit, man. If she want to go ahead and act like that, man, what? I'm just going, well, you doing it, so I'm going to do it too. That's some bitch behavior, in my opinion, bro.
I'm so mad the conversation went this way. Let's read this super chat, and I'm gonna bring it back because, like I said, y'all be getting y'all feelings.
Niggas super niggas, man.
Men be acting like y'all be acting like y'all don't be y'all be in y'all feelings. I do too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm human, right? Eugene, what's good, bro? Doc, how you doing? It actually depends if the situation is beyond the man's control or not. If the man is selfish and had opportunities to be involved, it is abuse. I agree. This is not the point. 817 and so solid that tap as well. That is not the point. That was where the conversation was moved. My point is this: I never said, right, that a man that's absent as far as the family, oh, he not taking care of his kids, he's not a halfway dad. What I'm saying is that a halfway dad ain't good enough. That's what I'm saying. So if everybody can understand the value of a father, why is a person's happiness paramount over that? You are saying a man that is not there, a man that is not there has more influence over your child than someone who is. You guys put this value in what a father's supposed to and can bring to a child, but then say, hey, it's okay to be a single parent.
Facts. That's what I was getting when you was putting down.
Oh, you're not happy, right? Hey, me not being happy meaning the kids ain't gonna be happy. No, you have a different relationship with your children than you do your wife. Is that fair, or am I making shit up?
Fair. Very fair.
So again, I'm asking if the dissolvement of the family structure, right? If it's wrong, if it's beyond wrong, and that you're abusing children when you do this as a father, why is the happiness of a mother paramount? Y'all are saying a father has just as much effect and impact as a mother, maybe even more.
He don't in our community.
So why is the mother's and the woman's happiness paramount? Why?
Because they feel it is.
Why? Why is it that when we know, okay, y'all want to be stat demons, let's be stat demons. 85% of marriages at this point in time in 2023 are dissolved and started by the woman. Because she's not happy.
Irreconcilable differences.
Hold on, Rilla.
Yeah.
It don't matter if your daddy not happy. Fuck it. You got a job to do.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I see what you're saying, man. And that's what I was trying to say. Like, I see what you saying, the AP is so solid, but if we're talking about our community, they don't value fathers like they should. So in a perfect world, y'all right. But in our community, they don't value fathers like they should. They just don't.
So are you saying since they, my bad, go ahead.
No, I'm saying what Ricky's saying and what I'm saying is the same, and in a way the same thing. Because they don't value you, they'll quick to throw your ass out because their happiness is more important.
Yeah, I think me and AP agree with that though. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't see where the disconnect is. It's just, I'm just saying what that got to do with my decision.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Y'all listen to what we're saying, bruh.
I did this on another show, just real quick. Can we define who the they are in this scenario, please?
The they is society as a whole. The they is society as a whole. You sound like a woman saying because they say it is, and it does not matter if it's not about happiness. I can give a fuck about being happy. I wish somebody would have asked me if I was happy. I'm content.
Man.
That's the words people use. I'm using the words people use.
And who told you were supposed to be happy?
Right? Yeah, again, because again, and 8, I'm gonna pick on you because you feel a certain way about this. You deterred the conversation. We understand, right? We understand how it affects children, right? But I'm asking the question again. Please get your fucking feelings out of it. If you can tell me with 100% assurity in your mind and heart that your dad not being there is abuse, can somebody explain to me why it's okay for a woman to break up a family because she's not happy and it's not abuse?
Society tells them they can do it. As long as mommy happy, we all good. Society tells them that.
Define a family.
Oh my God, bro.
A family is a man,
woman, and child.
A man and a woman that came together to produce children.
I see, Ricky. You're asking the root question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You've been doing it.
I see.
817 is suffering from the effects.
So what you're saying is you being content is good enough because you know the responsibility of you being a father to your children far, 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 far outweighs your happiness. And I understand that. But for your partner, right? Because you are married, correct, Rick?
Correct.
So you made a commitment to your wife, correct?
Correct.
And then you have a separate commitment as a father, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So if you aren't meeting your commitments as a husband, but you are meeting your commitments as a father, are there not to be any repercussions for that?
There will be repercussions, but again, 817, that's not my question.
That's listen, you can break down certain things, right? But all of these things have context to them. And like I said, when you posed the question a minute ago, you only posed the question including the father and the child. Then when you included the family nucleus, you used the woman as the example for breaking up the home. But and that's why I brought this element of context to it, because if you have a commitment to that woman and then a commitment to the child, whether you keep the commitment with the woman or not, the commitment with the child is different. It's eternal. It's eternal. So no matter so my only caveat to that is with that eternal commitment. It does not matter whether you're in the home or out. That is an eternal commitment. Eternal commitment.
I agree.
The marriage commitment is not.
That's why I disagree.
Exactly.
That's why I disagree.
I agree to your point. Your point you just made, 8, wholeheartedly. But again, hold on, 8. But again, my good brother, that is not the question I'm posing.
And I just feel like there's a reason that you pose the question that way, because it can only be answered in such a way. And there's context actually to these situations. And context can't be brought to these situations because of the way in which you're framing the question.
That's why
I get it. And that's why I moved out the way. And that's why I get it. And that's why I moved out the way. I get what it is.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, he right, because that's why I said the details matter.
Right.
It's just.
But here's another thing. Well, no, go ahead, Slick Rick. I don't want to derail the conversation.
No, go ahead, bro.
I got to push back on this concept that marriage somehow is like that's optional. Children are not, but the marriage is optional. The whole point that Slick Rick is making is that the family structure and unit, once you engage in covenant with that woman. Let me say it for me, man. I asked my lady, my wife now. I said, "What happens when you don't love?" One of the first questions we talked about, right? And she was, stumbling, bumbling, fumbling. I don't know. I said, "We'll figure that shit out, because ain't nobody going nowhere." Like when I say this shit till death do us part, that's what that is. So if children result through this union, we keeping this family intact. Period. And we have to get to a position we could solve for what is, like, I'm talking about the broken families that currently exist. That's fair. I agree with that. But in order to repair and rebuild this generation, fam, we gotta restore the nuclear family. And for that, when you engage in the covenant of marriage, it's gotta be just as serious as you saying your love for them kids are unconditional and eternal. When you choose that woman, that's how serious you got to take. That's the only pushback that I had in regards to
that. And listen to what I'm saying, fellas. Again, 8, I understand, bro. I overstand, right? But like I said, what I'm trying to do is get to the root of why you feel the way you feel right now, right? You have the understanding in the details of a situation the way it pertains to you. How did we get there, though? right? Why is it that we look at the bearing of children, right, or the raising of children as more important than the marriage or the relationship that we built to even get to the kids? Right? Why is it that the duty falls? It simply is what it is. I don't run from my duty, right? I'm expressing what's going on, right? Why is it that the duty, whether a man is happy, content, sad, drug addict, alcoholic, broke, dusty, rich, whatever you want, right? Why is that a must-do duty? But if a woman is simply not happy, she can go ahead and initiate steps that bring us to the point where 817 is, right? Where his belief system is based, the way he feels about things, bruh.
So
and what I'm saying is, hold on, bro. Like, I understand what 817 as far as his father bowing out. That's bullshit. I'm not saying that's cool. I'm not saying that's cool, bro. Right? What I'm saying is there are steps and things that happen to get to that. And if we have an understanding that these things affect children so much and that it deters, that it can not only deter, but destroy a child's life, why don't we take the very unions that cause these things to occur seriously?
Yeah. That's all he's saying, man. Because can I elaborate on what you're saying?
Yes, please.
Because if they were taken so seriously, why do a lot of women leave marriages? If they were taken so seriously, why are these women leaving marriages and then want to say, oh, an absent father is abusive? He wouldn't have been absent if you took the relationship serious. It's so easy to get out of a relationship more than it is breaking apart a club band. You know what I mean? On the arm and shit. What I'm saying is, man, it's exactly what Ricky's saying, man. A lot of these girls leave relationships more than guys, and you just get a one-sided story.
Hey, to answer your question specifically, why is it? It's just simply put, it's men are held to a higher standard by society than women are.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Right.
Hey,
So
can I say something to the homie 8 just really quick, Slick Rick?
For sure.
Yeah, just really quick, bro. I really do appreciate you being transparent and sharing part of your story. It's making me think about my seeds. And it sounds like you still going through a healing process within that, brother. So I really hope you in a space where you have counsel with somebody that you can speak to. But I really do appreciate you sharing that piece of your journey, because it's helping me challenge my thinking. And I think that's what these conversations are for. So, you know, I'm glad that Slick Rick could provide the space for you to be able to share on this platform and on this stage, brother. I really just do encourage you to, you know, push through that, fam. Salute.
I echo that.
Oh man, she said, your kids seeing you refuse to leave a horrible situation does not help them. Hell, you conditioning them to create and stay in the same environment. Understood. Hey, can I ask y'all a question? Didn't I say at the beginning of this live that if it's because of abuse or some weird crazy shit, it's understandable? Ain't that what I said?
Correct.
But I set the basis for the conversation, right? But people want y'all still don't want to listen, and I'm just asking questions, y'all.
I think that again, I'm using my phone, so the names are small. But the brother that was just speaking said something very, very, very important. He said, because it's easy. Rick, what do you always say? If it was easy, everybody would do it. And that's where that 85% number comes from, because it's easy. Because I can move off my emotion, and as somebody just stated, the standards are very, very different for a man and a woman. So that leads me to my normal talking point.
Be selective with your seed, gentlemen. Be selective with the woman that you choose. That is literally the foundation of any talking point I ever say. Because for me, I understand that women move different according to their feelings. I get that. So I don't really put a lot of blame on women. Like MLG from another panel said something that I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand where he's coming from when he says women are children.
Real shit.
The behavior pattern and the way society allows them to act is quite similar to children. And that's the point he makes. And that's a point that I can actually understand and mostly agree with. So be careful, brothers, when you out here. It's why I don't necessarily say dig discipline. I say control your urge. Make sure you're doing it for the right reason, because the truth of the matter is the right reason is procreation, not recreation.
Facts.
And
I just want to say, Unc said women are children way before Mr. Letgo did, man. Like, if you know, you know. Like, Unc been saying that before Mr. Letgo even popped up.
Look, I understand what everybody's saying. That's not my point, right? What I'm saying is this, right? Okay, let me simplify. Let me simplify it, or maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Because when I try to put it simple, it seems complicated.
No, I get it. Just put it just straight down the barrel, bro.
Right.
I get what you're saying.
So answer me this question, guys. 817 said, and this is the sense. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the consensus of most people, right? Like, even though we broken up, you should still be a father to your child, right? Is that the consensus, or am I off?
Everybody should agree to that.
That's true.
Right? Okay. That's one, right? So what we're saying is that the time you spend with your child is invaluable, right? Even if you're not there, right? But absence is abuse, right? That's what H said, correct?
Yeah, that's what he said.
said it's abuse.
Right. So
in our context.
So answer me this
Tap
question.
said it too. Yeah.
Right. So answer me this question, right? When you're at your house without your kids and they're there with their mother, and it's not your day, it's not your weekend, you're not there, is those times that you're absent still abuse?
If you chose to not be there.
No, you doing everything else. You there, you see your kids, you buy your kids shoes, but your kids stay with their mother. You ain't there with your kids. Is that you're absent, correct?
To their definition, that's abuse. To 817 and Tap, that's their definition of abuse, because you're not there and stick it out with their mom. Am I wrong?
Independent of choice, yes, it's abuse.
Well, the way it was just framed is like saying me being at work, is that abuse?
That's what I'm asking. The word is absent, not show up every weekend, right? Not spend time when I can. Absent means you're not there.
In the context that you're actually saying it, that wouldn't be abuse.
In the context I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's talking about the scenario you gave.
Yeah, everybody confused because the elephant in the room is if be there or not.
You broke up, so sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't choose to be there, then yeah, it's abuse. But if it's 7 and I can't because of the law, then no, it's not abuse.
So hold on right quick. So 817 is saying, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, when you was 8, your dad just ghosted your whole life. And Ricky is saying, if I'm not even there, married to your mom, you still think that's abuse.
That's two different scenarios.
I'm not even saying that, Mike.
But that's what 817 is saying.
No, let me correct, right? Let me correct. I'm not even saying that's not abusive. What I said was, and I'll say it again, the only way he can experience abuse is that man had something to give or take away. Do y'all see?
I'm following your premise. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to be there for you to have a point of reference
Exactly.
to understand what a good dad is or what a father is to
Exactly.
begin with.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. If you're against what I'm saying, you're going to lose both sides of this argument. Right. I thought about this for a minute. Right. But nobody wants to explore it because everybody want to, say how it affected them and how they look at it. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, and we can get out of here because we hit the 2-hour mark, right? What I'm saying is this, and ride with me, gentlemen. Give me a moment. What I'm saying is this, guys. If we have to consider that if we're understanding and saying that absence is abuse, then at that point, as a society, because society uses this 817, all the ladies, you name anybody, any therapist, right? Anyone with CPS, anyone that works for CPS or the state or the city or the county, right? If you left a kid there by themselves, if you left a kid in an apartment by themselves, the reason why it's considered abuse is because there's something that you as a parent bring to that child, whether it's protection, whether it's food, whether it's discipline, whether it's a bath, whatever. Right? If we're using this as the example, if this is the true example. So at that point, if this is what you guys are saying, and it's so important that the absence of a father affects so many things, why is it that y'all can say with a straight face, it's okay to leave somebody and leave your child and be a part-time dad? Because you're still going to be absent, right? You're a part-time dad. You're going to be absent. You're going to miss some events that you should have saw. You're going to miss some lessons that you should have gave in the moment. You're not there all the time. Why is it so easy for us as a society to say, break up this family because the happiness of the mother is so paramount that we would disregard the effects that the absent father, part-time or not, in some children's case, has such a large effect. Why? Then everybody want to go where if it's the happiness of the parents, the kid's gonna be fucked up anyway, from what y'all saying, right?
Did you hear what I said?
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully, I hope I understand your premise. My answer would be neglect is abuse. If the woman is responsible for, let's say, leaving the man, i.e., going from Seattle to Atlanta, she is neglectful of her child because she is not allowing him the opportunity to be with his father. If a man leaves and goes, he is being neglectful because he is leaving his kid. If a man moves from Seattle to Atlanta with his kid, he's being neglectful. So reverse each situation. The party that, with the intent of removing the other party or themselves from the life of the child, is being neglectful, thus abuseful. That is, if I'm understanding what you're saying.
No.
And I may not, and I accept that. But like I don't know any other way.
You where I'm at with it, Tab. That's how I came in.
You're not understanding, bro. Like,
that's how I came in.
You're not understanding, man. A lot of these girls are leaving marriages. So would that be considered abuse to you, AP?
Repeat that one more time. Repeat that one more time.
Okay, a lot of these women are leaving marriages.
Right.
So is that abuse towards the kid?
That is neglectful, thus abuse. Yes.
Okay, then. So, but why does society tell her it's all about your happiness? Forget the child. It's all about your happiness.
So this is the problem that I'm having reconciling. Because I'm solutions oriented, I can't explain why society deemed that was okay.
That's all we
My
keep saying.
thought process is we need to work to change laws to make things like that hard. Because if it's hard, most people won't do it. We make it too easy, and I said that earlier.
I'm gonna have
So
to agree with you and disagree. I don't think it's changing laws, AP. I think it's shame. I think it's shame. Girl, why you leave that husband?
So,
Why you
Unc, are
leave
you
that man
asking
over
why does
this?
That
society
person
deem
would
it
have to
okay?
have.
Huh?
Are
Chicago?
you asking like
I was going to say that person would have to have power in her life to begin with in order for that to be effective. If you eliminate no fault divorce and remove irreconcilable differences, people actually have to think 2-3 times before they fill out that paperwork. You actually have to put down substantive on that paperwork. You can't just say irreconcilable differences because that means anything. But Rick, I took your question as rhetorical because I think the answer, when you pose it that way, the answer makes you think in such a way, it makes you say it out loud. That is silly to consider that a woman would put happiness before her family, and that's reason enough for her to break up the home.
Exactly. That's all he was saying.
But I thought that was obvious, though.
It's not.
No,
It's not
that's
obviously.
not
If
obvious.
people are taking it, if people are taking it this way,
everybody on the panel, y'all don't think that's obvious to us?
I thought that was obvious. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I thought that was
That's why
understood.
me and AP, that's why
is
me and
it?
AP is
Hold up.
having such a hard time
Is it?
understanding
Is
what you're
it
trying to
though?
say, because
Is
in our
it
mind,
though?
we already
Is
know
it
that.
though? Look at the chat. Is it though?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not looking at the chat. So I'm just on here with y'all brothers. You feel me? And when you asking, I'm like, but we already know that, huh? We already know these motherfuckers is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it don't make no sense.
But you also still said choose better. You can still choose a good girl, and she still go rogue on you. Now what?
No, I said choose better. Me, so solid.
I
No,
did,
that
and I didn't. And what I actually said was make the best choice for you. And if she goes haywire and nuts, all I can say is I'm sorry. Find a way to make it work. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, leaders lead. We still own that.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let's reset. On
Yes,
my
sir.
I said 817. I don't know why black folks doesn't get it. Your relationship with your parents is different than a relationship you have with your spouse or significant other. We're not debating this point, guys. We understand this. Listen, guys, please, guys, hold on, guys. Right? Again, like I said, you guys are taking your eyes off the prize, right? Because people are emotionally invested. I understand. I'm not trying to take that away from y'all, right? This is what I'm saying. Again, if people understand, on my eyes, that I don't have to be a great husband to be a great father, right? Or I can be a great husband and be a bad father, right? So again, if we have these understandings, right? If we can say these things with such confidence, right? Why is it that we can't say, okay, my relationship with my wife is this, but I have kids here? Raise your kids, then leave.
Most men do that.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen to what you just said. Yeah. Listen to what you just said, though. You see what I'm saying? Right? Again, they keep trying to miss past the point. It ain't about 817. You understanding that your parents wasn't good together. That's your opinion of it, right? They didn't care enough about y'all to get it together.
Right.
Did you hear what I said?
Bingo.
Got it, I mean. For real.
They didn't care enough about y'all, right? So this is what I keep saying, Mike, and you know how I feel about this shit. Y'all keep saying y'all give a fuck about the kids, but y'all really don't.
Man, that's what I said earlier. I said some of us really mean it, When we say we love our kids, we'll do anything, and that includes putting up with a punk bitch.
Yeah, but some people mean it when they say fuck them kids.
817, you goddamn right. 817, you're goddamn right. Stay your motherfucking ass together. Do your job, the one you knew you were signing up for when you were shooting in that pussy, when you were sucking his dick. We don't know what you signed for. Stay your ass there, get it done for the kids, and then leave. Since y'all give so much fuck about the kids, but people ain't doing that, is they?
Shit, I am.
But wait, keep in mind, can I add some balance for a real quick, Slick Rick? Because I think people are taking what you're saying like an abusive situation. Again, when you've already said like multiple times, save for the crazy shit, abuse or some crazy popping off. You're talking about somebody that says, again, this is why I said what I asked my wife, what are you gonna do when you don't love it? Right?
Real talk.
Remember that scene in Fences where the son comes to Troy and he says, why you don't like me? Or no, he asks him why you don't love him. And Denzel's character break down all the things that he does for him, and he's speaking from a sense of duty. And the son was really asking why you don't like me. And I ain't got to like you.
I don't do this shit because I like you.
Right. Like what?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Not trying to be real slick, man. I just think people are getting it confused.
You was an adult at this point, sis. Of course, it's gonna hit. You used to seeing your parents together, but you was grown and formed your own ideologies, right? You had a foundation that was already set and built. Not when you fucking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and your whole life depends on two people getting you through it.
Yeah, so you being 24, you better than 99% of people have split families. That's rare.
It's just crazy to me how y'all can understand breaking up a family but not keeping one together.
Man, say that shit again, bro. Like for real though. Programming, bro.
You see what I'm saying? But we the crazy one, right?
Said it, yeah.
I'm the crazy one. I'm the crazy one, right? Because the only thing that really matters is your fucking feelings, right?
Your feelings and your
That's
happiness.
what matters right now is 817's feelings, right? This is what matters now is almond. And I'm not trying to disrespect y'all, right? This is why I try
you just keeping it lit.
This is why I try to tell y'all to keep your fucking feelings out the conversation, right? Because your feelings are your reality at this point.
Yeah.
Right? Let me tell y'all, this is what I'm saying, right? My dad wasn't in my life. I seen my dad maybe 6 times as I was growing up, right? Never did I think he abused me.
Right.
Right? When I got up and I met when I got old enough to recognize as a man how shit works and things go, my dad apologized to me. I said, I understand. I don't know what you went through. I don't know what my mama did. I don't know what the fuck you did, but I'm here. Right? It wasn't never no abuse. How can you abuse me when you have no input into me?
Because that's abuse to them.
Right? Everything that I make up is it's coming from one of 3 places, guys. It's coming from 1 of 3 places. The mental tricks I play on myself, my mom giving me information, my mom giving me information, right? Or other outside sources. Right? So again, if we have an understanding that these things affect our children in such a large proportion, why don't we move as such? I'm guilty of it too. That's why I've been thinking about the shit.
Because admitting you're selfish is like a little bit more than people can handle, huh? Real talk.
Yeah, that self-talk is a motherfucker, dog.
I just want to say before
hey, that's cool though, bro. I still love you. Hey, Sayada.
I just want to say this real quick. Conversations like this are very, very important. Rick, I really appreciate you having this conversation. not many people will have this conversation and be willing to really deep dive into it, because that's the only way we get to the root. So often I see that we stay on this surface bullshit that we can never really get to the root of anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had this Friday night panel to really just dive into the root of the bullshit that goes on in our community.
Yep.
And I appreciate that. I
Agree.
really do.
Honey,
Yep.
I just
real
want
talk. You was surgical with this shit right here.
like I said, man, I just want us to start thinking different, man. That's all. You know what I'm saying? People gonna feel what they feel, right? So let's get out of here, man. People gonna say what they're gonna say and look at it how they want to look at it. Make sure y'all like the video, share the video if that's what y'all into. If not, hit the thumbs down button too. I'm down with that. Rilla, let them know where they can find you at, bro.
Right over here when you crank up them what's the names again, them Friday night streams.
Never. What y'all asking me to do, don't nobody come to. Never. I ain't doing shit.
No, hey, listen, if y'all enjoyed the conversation, man, send the super chats and the cash app to Slick Rick the Ruler, man. I ain't over here to promote, man. I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
All right, bro, man. I love you, bro. I'm gonna holler at you soon, man. I need to call you. We need to
Yes, sir. Love you more, King.
All right, bro, man. See you later. So Solid, let them know where they can find you at, my guy.
Oh shit, man. You can look me up, like Uncle said at the beginning of the stream, on all platforms musically. I just do that shit as mostly a hobby, man. I just appreciate if you tap in and listen to it. But otherwise, man, you can catch me on Uncle Rick's panels or in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? And don't check me, man. Check the like button.
All right, I appreciate you coming through, Solid, man. Have a great weekend, my bro.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
Peace. Tap, what's happening?
Man, same old thing. You know, for me, man, I am more in the chat around all these spaces. And whenever Brother Rick is reading on Wednesday night and having a panel on a Friday night, you can find me there.
Hey,
Brother Rick, I really appreciate you, bro. Go ahead.
Book decent, man. This book is decent, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Like I said, she's a little wordy, but it's decent, though.
See, I was gonna get the audio book, but I'm tuning in on Wednesday nights. Y'all check out Brother Rick every Wednesday night. This book he's reading right now is super duper dope. For real. The perspective that she offers from that female lens in a man's world, bro, that's dope.
Got you, bro. Hey, man, I love you, man. I know I was supposed to call you this week, man. I've been bullshit, man.
Man, it's all right, and I'm in DC next week, so hey, it is what it is.
Hey, get them miles, dog.
All right, for sure. All right, I love you, bro.
I love you, man. Have a great night, bro.
All right, you too.
Little bro, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How your week go, bro?
It went good, man. You know, I was watching Freak Nick episode yesterday. You know what I mean? I seen a lot of niggas' moms there. You know what I mean?
I was watching it earlier, man. I couldn't get into it. That shit, I was like, this trash. I don't care about who invented this shit. They trying to
it was
PBS type shit, man. That's whatever, man. What's up? What's the move for the weekend? What you got going on?
Man, tonight, man, I'm gonna be at Onyx and shit. You know what I mean? Your mama may be there.
Chill out,
but niggas feel abandoned. Your mama may be there with me to feel warm. Man, it was a good video, man. I just wish people get out their feelings and not make it personal. You know what I mean? Because you weren't trying to make it personal. It's but I appreciate you. Salute, man. You know how we talk. You know what it is, man. Probably talk this weekend.
Hey, man. Tell the wife I said what's up, man. I love you, bro. Have a good one, man.
All right, love you too, man. Peace.
All right, that's all we got. Shout out to y'all for rocking with me. Even 8, you still my guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't let this be a bad spot between us, man. It's just a discussion. Let me go through these super chats again, man, just to make sure, because I hate missing people, man. We got Tony Golden with the $5 ball. Appreciate you, big dog. Thanks so much for your support. It means a lot to me. Trill Will, what's good? He said, for this good old cook, what's good, bro, man? Make sure y'all check out Trill Will, man. He talk about a little bit of everything over there, man. Boxing, life. He a gamer, man. That man surgical with the music too. He a musician, man. Make sure y'all check Trill Will out. If y'all haven't subscribed to him, please subscribe. BGP, I don't know where you came in at. It's showing YouTube, but it did not pop into what's the name. So I don't know if you blocked or whatever, or somebody blocked you. I don't know. She said, how about mental, physiological, abandoned, and absent abuse? Well, mental abuse is something you do to yourself. Physiological, you have to explain that one to me. I ain't that smart. Abandonment, absent, right? Again, abandonment and absent has to exist because you understand that that person is providing you with something, whether it's emotional support, education, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, food, shelter, right? So if that's the case, again, and you guys understand that fathers bring these things to the table, and the absence of them is so bad that it feels like abuse. Why don't we take relationships more seriously when we're getting a divorce and moving away from the children? And again, I understand what Eight's saying is that, hey, you could still be a father, right? But you're not a father. You're a part-time father, just like she's a part-time mother. You know what I'm saying? If both of y'all not in the house and if both of y'all are not there to support those children 24/7, 365, you cheating your kids, but y'all don't care because it's all about your fucking feelings, right? So that's all I got, man. Y'all have a great one. Jay Wills, I appreciate you coming through. Crush, I seen you, man. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe as always, man. Keep y'all head on a swivel. The world is crazy and life can change for you on a dime. As usual, y'all know how we do this, man. Take care of you first, because if you don't take care of you, none of this stuff exists. If your eyes were not here to witness it, it wouldn't have happened. Believe you me. After that, take care of your family, because who's going to feed you Jello when you get older? And I like Jello. With that being said, y'all have a great weekend. Please be safe. Love those who love you. Try a little bit harder today than you did yesterday, and everything else going to work out fine. With that being said, we gone. Y'all have a great night. Peace.